Welcome everyone to Actually Real Wrestling. I am your host, Jeff Sunday, broadcasting live on Twitch and YouTube, the Actual Heavyweight Championship Tournament Night 3. We have a fantastic, action-packed hour of wrestling loaded for you here on Fire Pro Wrestling. And tonight's card on your screen at this time, our opening bout will be Intercontinental IWGP Champion Jay White taking on the man he took the title from, Tetsuya Naito, representing New Japan Pro Wrestling. And then two titans of professional wrestling, literally Andre the Giant faces Bobo Brazil one-on-one. And I'm just getting word that we will have a tag team match at the halfway point of our show. And after the tag match, we will have Shinsuke Nakamura taking on his old rival Hirooki Goto. It's now a WWE versus New Japan Pro Wrestling matchup. Can't wait to see that one. And in our main event, a rematch for the ages. The Iron Man match, the Montreal Screwjob, whichever one is your reference. It will be Bret the Hitman Hart taking on the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels, in our main event. Want to thank Nicholas Infante 92, just followed Wrestling Cup Classic for the host, our friends there. You can catch me Thursdays on Wrestling Cup Classic, streaming on Trap Down on Mixer. Have a lot of fun with those guys. Thank you for tuning in. And again, if you want to interact with us on social media, find me at Jeff Sunday on Twitter, at Jeff Sunday GG on Instagram. Love interacting with everybody and staying in touch there. That's the best way to do it. Shout out to Kwesi Young on our intro music. It is Massa off the forthcoming album 2020. Look for Kwesi Young on SoundCloud. And with that, let's not keep you waiting any longer. We go. And coming to the ring at this time, the former IWGP Intercontinental Champion, the ingovernable one, Tetsuya Naito. And his opponent, he is the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He took it from Tetsuya Naito. He is Jay White, the undisputed leader now of Bullet Club in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Referee Jessica Carr calls to a start to the matchup, and we are underway in this first round match of the Actual Heavyweight Championship Tournament. We are here to crown the first ever actual heavyweight champion. And one of these two men could be it. Naito, coming off the loss to Jay White, has been in a dire straits as of late. He seemed down, kind of lost the mojo after losing the Intercontinental Championship. And Jay White is just firing on all cylinders. Quite the contrary. And so this is an opportunity for Naito to get back what he's lost, see if he can't build some momentum. But Jay White cuts him off there. Quick Uranagi there. Highly effective by Jay White. He's a very crafty, very efficient wrestler. High wrestling IQ. And a mean streak to boot. But Naito's got one as well as he rakes the eyes of Jay White. Certainly no love lost between these two. No surprises if it gets a little shady in there. Jay White putting the boots to Naito. Naito managing the distance. Vertical suplex lands for Jay White. And Naito answers with two quick chops. They're trying to get it done with the strikes early, and Jay White puts Naito on the canvas into the chin lock. Naito still has that poker face locked in. Went for the crossbody but missed it. Came up with a swinging neck breaker instead. And Jay White just went low there. Jessica Carr allowing them to work crossface. Jay White showing the first, another sign there that he's going to get dirty here if he has to in order to advance in the tournament. But a drop kick on the down. Jay White lands for Naito. Jay White hits the ropes. And huge jumping elbow lands for Switchblade. And there's a jumping face smasher by Jay White, and it lands. Squash matches certainly being a factor of Fire Pro Wrestling world. The talent we have in this tournament won't likely be anyone to be squashed, but stranger things have happened. You never know. That's why we keep coming back to Actually Real Wrestling every week. We just run these things. There are ways to book matches, but we don't do any of that. We let the game decide. That's the excitement. Is you never know what's going to happen, who's going to win. There's a backslide for Naito. He gets a 1 count. You just never know whose day it is. And in a single elimination match, oh, it's all up for grabs, so you never know. Naito gets the better end of the exchange, goes into leg lock submission. Yeah, don't be surprised to see low blows exchange, especially coming from Jay White. He's the leader of that Bullet Club faction, an all-around piece of crap as Naito hooks the outside leg, gets the 1 count. And now this audience reacting to Jay White's offense. He gets his first cover and gets a long end of a 2 count. Snap suplex by Naito. And yes, this is a singles tournament, but we do have side attractions coming along the way. Cage matches are possible in Fire Pro Wrestling. We haven't had a rivalry heated enough to do that, but just last week we saw a random attack of Mayu Iwatani on Kota Ibushi. Maybe there's a need there for a rematch with a steel cage. It has been proposed by Ibushi, who suffered his first loss there as Naito hits the falling slam there with the hammerlock. Follows it up with a scoop slam that sends White to the outside, and now Naito has a spot to catch a breath. Hardcore matches also available in Fire Pro Wrestling. They've got light bulbs as Naito taunts the Intercontinental Champion here, showing how tranquilo he is. He stays chill. ARW chant breaking out in the crowd, and Jay White starting to feed off it. He was going to go for that jumping falling slam, but missed it. Goes for the fisherman package pin here, has the cover, and it's a long 2 count. Long 2 count, but Naito dug deep and manages to kick out there. Destino lands for Naito, his finishing maneuver, but Jay White right back on his feet and rakes the eyes. Then a knee to the midsection. And the audience here at Full Sail Arena starting to feed off the emotion here as an inverted atomic drop lands for Naito, and he hits the ropes and hits a drop kick, takes White off his feet, follows it up with a swinging neck breaker. Naito to the top rope now. He's waiting on White. Missile drop kick lands for Tetsuya Naito. And now he's going to go to work on White, but White lands a quick elbow. And Jay White signaling for Switchblade. And it lands for Jay White. He has the cover here. Jessica Carr, 2. And it's a 3 count. Switchblade Jay White, the IWGP Intercontinental Champion, advances to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. Wrestling Cup Classic called it on the spot. Action-packed, quick, high pace to that opener. And there you have our first winner of the night, Switchblade Jay White. And he will fight the winner of our next matchup between Andre the Giant and Bobo. And coming to the ring at this time, the eighth wonder of the world, Andre the Giant. Undefeated in ARW, he has a win over the Undertaker from his first appearance. And his opponent, Bobo Brazil. Bobo, a star of the 60s and 70s of pro wrestling. Wrestled under WWF, WCW, NWA, a legend. These two, I couldn't find a one-on-one matchup on record, so I believe, as far as I know, it's their first one-on-one matchup. Can't wait to see between these two titans of pro wrestling who will come out on top. And Switchblade Jay White has a monumental task in front of him regardless of who he has to face out of these two here, as a small package for Bobo Brazil, but Andre wasn't gonna hang on for too long. There's the double choke by Andre. Takes a pretty big guy to get Bobo Brazil off the canvas that way, both feet there. But Bobo's looking to keep Andre honest with a series of small package pins here. And Andre just going knee to the head on that, then into a Boston Crab. Looking collar tie up and an elbow by Andre. Now, for those who didn't see the match, last time Andre was on our airwaves against The Undertaker, he ended it with a chop. It was a single chop to the chest, as Guacamole Anderson now following. Thank you for the follow. Great, glad to have you here on Actually Real Wrestling. And Bobo puts Andre into the corner, makes him eat the turnbuckle. And that's what Bobo's going to have to do, is just stay on the offensive, be on the lookout for every strike of Andre. But that's the trouble. Once you're in close range, Andre is so dominant. He doesn't sell much, and everything he does hurts. Bobo covers, and it's just a one count there, and that popped Bobo Brazil off of Andre, off of the cover. Just incredible strength. Double axe handle smash lands for Andre there. And now he goes into the abdominal stretch. Want to welcome Zap on Twitch and the audience. Thank you for the host, boss. Falling slam lands for Andre the Giant. If you're just tuning in, this is night 3 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. The first round will comprise 4 nights, so we are just past the halfway mark now. And from there, things are going to get really heated and pick up speed really fast, as Andre picks up speed and lands a shoulder tackle. That puts Bobo on the canvas. And Andre there just using the massive hips. Every limb, every body part of Andre is huge, especially when he gets you that high up with the atomic drop. Bobo Brazil feeling that one, and now he's looking to make space, but Andre snatches him and lands an elbow and follows it up with a double stomp to the back. I can't believe Bobo's standing after that. He's out on his feet. Another elbow lands for Andre. And big clothesline puts Bobo down. That could be it. 2 and a long 2 count. Bobo Brazil manages to kick out. Referee saw the shoulder come up, and a tombstone pile driver for Andre. Never seen him do that before. Unorthodox for the big man. That looks like it took it out of him, and Bobo has a window. No, Andre just cut him off. Elbow to the face. And a huge scoop slam puts Bobo down now. Andre has been the aggressor, as he often is in his matches. He's repositioning Bobo. What's he going to do here? Setting him up, could be a power bomb. No, it's a backbreaker. No one could hold anything against Bobo for submitting here, but he just breaks out of the hold. Andre could only hold him up for so long. And Bobo starting to go on the offensive now. Needs to get some kind of offenses. And he gets Andre off his feet with a belly-to-back suplex. Huge for Bobo Brazil. He hits the ropes and a jumping drop kick lands for the legend. Bobo Brazil now set into the corner, and Andre lurches over to him, shoves him into the corner, and clubs him on the back a few times for good measure. Senator Phillips joining ARW. Thanks for tuning in, Senator. Great to see you. As Bobo sends Andre into the ropes, he's waiting on him to come back, and a back body drop lands for Bobo Brazil. Follows it up with a big elbow. Would have made Dusty proud. And a jumping headbutt for Bobo Brazil. Could that be it? He has the cover. And it's a 3 count. Bobo Brazil has upset Andre the Giant. Hands the legend his first loss. And Bobo Brazil is advancing to round 2 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. He will face Jay White, who we just saw beat Tetsuya Naito. He beat him with the Coco Butt. I didn't even know that was what the finish was called. That made it all. Bringing you some tag team action. And coming to the ring first, making her second appearance, Sasha Banks. But she's brought company. She's brought a friend. She's brought the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. And their opponents. Oh my God, this has just picked up. Hood Slam has invaded actually real wrestling. You are looking at the Link to the Future, Anton Voorhees, and Dark Sheik. They are 2/3 of the Caution. Oh my goodness. If you don't know about Hood Slam, they emanate out of Oakland, California, from my home, the San Francisco Bay Area. They are Bay Area wrestling as far as I'm concerned. They put on fantastic shows once a month in the Oakland Opera House. And I can't hardly believe they are here in ARW, here in the tag team division. Their fellow Twitchers, free plug, look up Hood Slam on Twitch. They stream their cards there. But it looks they are ready to make an impact in the tag team division as Dark Sheik is going to work on the two best friends, Sasha Banks and Bayley. Bayley escapes the suplex attempt, test of strength, and Sheik had the upper hand for a minute, and they break free. Dark Sheik dodges the strikes from Bayley, has the better end of that test of strength there, hits the elbow, and looks like she's going for the tag. She gets the tag to Anton Voorhees, the Link to the Future. Voorhees responsible for resurrecting Dark Sheik after she died a couple times. No joke, that actually happened. Totally real. And you see why they stuck together. As the drop kick lands for Voorhees, transitions into the Boston Crab here. I'm beside myself. If somebody else doesn't do it, I certainly will. Clip the arrival of Hood Slam, of the Caution. This team, 2/3 of the Caution are here. And already making huge statements as this Enziguri lands. Super kick from the Link to the Future. Cover here and just a 2 count. Sasha able to kick out and tag to Dark Sheik. Dark Sheik, the double jumping kick lands there. Coordinated effort. These two know each other extremely well. Work extremely well as a tag team, and swinging tornado DDT out of the corner, picture perfect. And then a running bulldog for Dark Sheik. There is nothing quite like a Hood Slam card. And if you can't make it in person, you should definitely check out their streams on Twitch. Have no affiliation with these folks, have no idea how they got here, but they are here. And I'm not complaining. Tag to Bayley, and Bayley's in the ring now. Sasha sends Dark Sheik into the rope, set up for Bayley, but Bayley just no-sold the collision there. Tag on the other side. Link to the future. Voorhees has the Boston Crab. You see the markings on the left eye of Voorhees. He got it after completing the ritual to resurrect Dark Sheik from the dead. And it's a constant reminder of the sacrifice he made to bring Dark Sheik back. Sends Bayley to the ropes, and a single leg drop kick lands for Anton. Setting up Bayley here. And a drop kick to the down. Bayley lands. Cutter for Anton Voorhees. One of his signatures. Has the cover here. But Sasha, the boss, able to get in and break it up. Went for a drop kick. Reversal by Anton Voorhees. Has the window, but he goes for the flying elbow instead and follows it up with a step-up enziguri. Up top now. And a 450 splash lands, but too close to the rope, and it's a break. Snapmare takedown by Bayley. And now Bayley cutting off the ring, keeping the link to the future in that corner. Roll-up pin here. Kick out by Anton Voorhees, and he's making his way over to tag in Sheik, and here she comes. Sheik sent across to the corner. Reversal. Bayley's in the corner. Both of them stacked up now, and Sasha's taking Dark Sheik up top. Sasha Bayley now has her halfway hung down, in the double stomp to the midsection lands for the boss. But Dark Sheik answers right back. Sasha with a thumb to the eye, but an elbow response from Dark Sheik, and she tags Anton Voorhees, and Voorhees is in. Sends Banks into their corner. Gonna see if he can't give her a dose of her own medicine, taking her up top. And that's exactly what he's gonna do. He delivers a double stomp. Answers right back, and he's headed to the top. Follows it up with a 450. Going up for thirds. Double stomp lands. Going up for fourths. 450. My God. Anton Voorhees is on fire, and Sasha Banks answers with a snap suplex. And the boss may be looking for a tag here. No, she's staying on the offensive. That just cost her. The Frankensteiner lands for the link to the future. He goes for the 450 again. Pin broken up. Misses with the jumping kick as Sasha sees a window to make the tag to Bayley, the SmackDown Women's Champion, and they land with a double jumping kick. Simultaneous there. Sasha's there guarding the pin, but Anton Voorhees able to kick out on his own steam. Elbow lands to the back of the head of Bayley. And now a knife edge chop for Voorhees, answered by an elbow. Super kick lands for Voorhees right on the button. That takes down Bayley, but she smartly hits a drop toe hold. Follows it up with a headlock and a closed fist. Jessica Carr allows it. And Sasha Banks likes what she sees from her best friend, the SmackDown Women's Champion. She's fighting out of the double team. Dark Sheik is now legal. She eats a few elbows from Bayley, and Bayley's tightening up the wrist straps. What's she gonna do here? Another series of elbows lands. She is just going to work on Dark Sheik, and Sheik not backing down from the tag. Bayley going back to it. Sasha sends Sheik to the ropes and lands the flying lariat. That puts Dark Sheik down, and Dark Sheik is out at the moment. She's back on her feet, lands a jumping DDT when she needed it, and has a window here to tag in Voorhees, and the boss is out on her feet. Sheik sends her to the ropes, and they collide, and Anton Voorhees has a window here. Step up enziguri again for Voorhees. He's working over the boss. That elbow just flash KO'd Sasha Banks. She lands one of her own and out. Knocked out the Link to the Future. She's headed up top now and looks like she's going to wait for Anton to get to his feet. Still has his wits. He gets out of the way, and Banks comes down from the top turnbuckle. But she's up again, and a huge body splash lands for Sasha Banks. Cover's broken up by Dark Sheik. And celebrating for a moment, but takes a Bayley to Bayley. Belly, that's what I meant, as Anton up to the top, and he lands a 450, has the cover here, 2, and Bayley won't make it. It's a 3 count. And the caution, making a huge statement on their first appearance on Actually Real Wrestling. They have a win over the best friend, Sasha Banks, and the WWE SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley. What a matchup in our tag team division. And I can't hardly believe that Hood Slam has arrived in ARW. There are no limits anymore. The door is open. And coming to the ring at this time, the Samurai of Chaos, Hirooki Goto. And his opponent, he is the king of strong style, the artist, Shinsuke Nakamura. And these two certainly no strangers to each other. Nakamura getting a huge reception here at Full Sail University, where they know him from his run on NXT. And of course, Goto knows Nakamura from when they traded the IWGP Intercontinental Champion earlier in the decade, as Nakamura hits a backflip out of the corner. So these two have each other scouted. It's not a long report. Nakamura's added some new moves. Goto is as good as ever. Some say his window closed. There was a moment when Goto could have been elevated to the IWGP Heavyweight Championship scene, and it passed, and now it just seems like it isn't meant to be, isn't in the cards for him. But tonight he has a chance to advance in the actual Heavyweight Championship tournament, to get to round 2 and face the winner of Bret Hart and Shawn Michaels, our main event of the evening. Hirooki Goto's first appearance was unsuccessful on ARW when he faced Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens submitted Hirooki Goto, so he's certainly going to want to get off the losing track and pick up this oh so important win here against his old rival Shinsuke Nakamura. Nakamura has one appearance as well on ARW as he hits the running knee out of the ropes. Vintage stuff for the King of Strong style. He's just swinging the kicks around. Nothing landing though, but here come those vicious knees from Nakamura. That MMA background shining through. He breaks out of the arm attempt. Sent to the ropes by Goto. Goto just headbutts him coming out of the ropes. Nakamura in his first appearance handily defeated the icon Sting in a surprising fashion. Someone asked earlier if squash matches happen, and that was definitely a squash. Nakamura making quick work of Sting in just over 5 minutes, if memory serves me. So Nakamura has huge momentum coming into this matchup. That can't be overstated what that does for a wrestler going into a matchup. When you have that momentum, when you got that fire, it can really help you string together wins. Nakamura sends Goto into the ropes and hits the running bulldog. So Nakamura hasn't yet had the heavyweight championship in his recent run in WWE. he could very well be the first ever champion here, but it starts with one win. He's got to win tonight. Absolutely. Goto can use all the wins he can get at this point. Really, before the door is completely closed on him in the top title picture, you know, if he wants to be a double champion, wants to be in that conversation, it's going to start with a bunch of important wins, and this is a big one. It's an old rival. It's a man he's beat before, and it's for a more prestigious title as an Olympic Slam lands for Goto. More of that will certainly help the Samurai of Chaos. Suplex attempt reversed by Goto, and he goes into the cover. Nakamura kicks out. Might have been a rope break there, and Nakamura with the falling front face lock slam has the outside leg hooked and gets a long 2 count. Jessica Kakar saw the elbow come up, and there go the knees of Nakamura. He's headed up top. He's waiting on Goto to get up, and he lands the crossbody. Shinsuke Nakamura, a rare trip up top for him, and this falling brainbuster, a thing of beauty. And now he's got Goto on his heels, and he lands another crossbody off the top rope. Goto's in trouble here. And curse of the commentator, Goto might have heard he needed to fire up, so he did just that. Puts down Nakamura, and a running PK lands for Hirooki Goto. Has the cover and gets a long 2 count of his own there. Olympic Slam set up again, and that sends Nakamura all the way to the outside. And Hirooki Goto takes the spot here to catch his breath. The sportsman there, he didn't bring the fight to Nakamura there. An interesting wrinkle in this rivalry. Perhaps it's not personal anymore as Nakamura hits the running knee. It's a variation of the Kinshasa, his finishing maneuver. And Nakamura's firing up here. He's feeling it from this Full Sail University crowd. Hits the suplex there. Circling Goto and goes back to the knees. It's been working thus far, and that took Goto off the canvas. Nakamura's on the apron. What's he going to do here? Steals the phenomenal forearm from his buddy AJ Styles. But Goto looks like he just fired up. He no-sold that forearm. He's going to go to work. And a Panama Sunrise into the pin. Has the cover. And it's a 3 count. What a win for Hirooki Goto. He defeats his old rival Shinsuke Nakamura, handing him his first loss. And Goto advances to the second round of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. What an impressive victory for the Samurai of Chaos. Indeed, well done for the man. You love to see that. A guy that needs a win, digging down deep. Not sure we'd see him do that pin in New Japan, but he did. He busted it out on ARW, the Panama Sunrise. They call it a Super Rana in Fire Pro Wrestling. And before we go to our main event, do want to show you what we have for night 4 of the actual heavyweight championship tournament. This is night 4, the final night of the first round. There are your matchups. Ultimate Warrior won his way into the tournament by defeating The Rock. That was originally The Rock's berth in the tournament. Warrior won his way in, and he will take on none other than the Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin. You'll have Johnny Mundo, who we saw a few weeks ago on ARW against Samoa Joe. He'll take on Blue Demon Jr., who's 1-0 in ARW. And then a battle from outside your standard professional wrestling promotions. Xavier Shamrock of Good Fights Wrestling, the GFW champion no less, will take on the Everyman, who won a triple threat. He represents the senatorial office from none other than Senator Phillips in the chat today. And the main event for that night, the Phenom, the Undertaker, will take on the Icon Sting, who's looking for a... And coming to the ring first, he is the excellence of execution, the best there is, the best there was, the best there ever will be, Bret the Hitman Hart. This man needs no introduction in most wrestling circles. He's an icon in the business. And speaking of icons, here comes his opponent, the showstopper, Mr. WrestleMania, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels. Widely regarded as the best in-ring performer in the history of the industry, with good reason. He has 2 big wins against Bret, won that huge Iron Man match, and then of course Survivor Series, the Montreal Screwjob. It was a victory for Shawn Michaels, both of them. So Shawn has that advantage going in. But these are these 2 men in their primes here. So we are going to have to see, can Bret avenge those losses and advance? Could you imagine? Really, either of these matchups are great. You have Shawn Michaels versus Hirooki Goto, or Bret Hart versus Hirooki Goto. Can't go wrong either way there. As Michaels hits a swinging neck breaker. Now the styles of these 2, they're both incredible tacticians, but have kind of different approaches. Hart, obviously a submission specialist. His finish is that sharpshooter. He's a fundamentally sound wrestler through and through. Cut his teeth learning from Japanese wrestling. He regards them as the best teachers of the sport in the world. And that holds true when you look at the New Japan Pro Wrestling dojo system. And you have Shawn Michaels, trained under Jose Lothario, that Mexican lucha style, a lot more high spots, a lot more action, bouncing, a lot of motion to his work. And it served him well throughout his illustrious career, which I think is now over after the last appearance in Crown Jewel, now coaching down in NXT. Bret Hart hits a scoop slam, goes for a cover, just gets a 1 count. HBK kicks out quickly there. Missing with the right hand. Suplex attempt reversed by Michaels. That sends Bret Hart over the ropes. He's going outside, and Michaels, he's going to allow Hitman to come in. And Hitman going for a pile driver, reversed by Michaels into the back body drop. And that has Bret out on his feet. Michaels hits the ropes, takes the opportunity to land a running clothesline. Bret answers right back, sends Michaels into the corner, and monkey flip out of the corner. You'll usually see Michaels pulling that maneuver, so Bret maybe has a few more tricks for him as Michaels hits the enziguri and goes into the crossface here. Now Michaels returning the favor, doing a submission maneuver there, answering Bret. He says, hey, I can do some submissions too. Scoop slam again for the Hitman. He drops a knee. And might have been a little bit of extra heat on that knee. And a side Russian leg sweep. Trademark of the Hitman. Michaels now setting him up here. Gets the spike pile driver. And Michaels going up top. And goes for the flying crossbody. That lands. He has the pin. And it's a long 2 count. Oh, Bret Hart almost was eliminated there. And Michaels hits the inverted atomic drop, steps back. Sweet chin music, has the cover, outside leg hooked. And it's another long 2 count. Oh my God. But Jessica Carr saw this shoulder of Hitman come up, and he slows things down immediately. Going into the rear clutch there. Sends Michaels into the corner, and nice little clothesline. Lands for the Hitman. Follows it up with a drop kick. Bret now sensing the urgency, hits a DDT, and now Bret's going up top. He's waiting on Michaels to get to his feet and lands a double axe handle right on the top of the head of the Heartbreak Kid. Sends Shawn into the ropes, and another clothesline for Bret the Hitman. And Hart now hits a running bulldog. Hart having his full offense on display. There's another side Russian leg sweep, signature for Bret the Hitman Hart. And Michaels backs up with a few jabs, lands a couple right hands. That last one, a big one, put down the Hitman. And Shawn goes up top. Oh, what a move by HBK there. Just turned over to the crossbody and landed. And that kick to the midsection puts down Bret, and a German suplex into the bridge. Broken up by the rope, and leg takedown by Bret. And Bret's going for the sharpshooter. He has Shawn in the sharpshooter deep. Shawn inching over to the ropes and manages to kick out. There's the first sharpshooter of the matchup. And Shawn Michaels, you saw him immediately looking for a way out. Lucky for him, he found a way. Scoop slam again for the Hitman. He sends Michaels into the corner, runs at him, and monkey flip out of that corner from Bret Hart. Bret Hart now, sharpshooter, center of the ring. Michaels is in a bad way here, and Bret is cinching it in. Jessica Carr checking on Shawn Michaels. Could this be it? No. Michaels kicks out on his own steam, and now they are trading blows in the middle of the ARW ring. Full Sail University is going nuts for the Heartbreak Kid and the Hitman. Hitman answers with a headbutt, but he went down on it. Suffered a little bit to get a little. Side Russian leg sweep. Picture perfect. And Bret Hart, the third sharpshooter in the center of the ring. Heartbreak Kid. He's in a bad way here. He's hanging on, and he kicks out. What's it gonna take? Fisherman suplex by Shawn, and he gets a 3 count. The Heartbreak Kid. What a turnaround. He kicks out of the sharpshooter. Hits a quick fisherman suplex. Pin, snuck one up on the Hitman to advance in the actual heavyweight championship tournament. And what a match to close out this show. Unbelievable. You have been watching the actual heavyweight championship tournament, the final night. Night 4 will stream next week, right here on Twitch and YouTube. This is the card again, in case you missed it. Yes, we will finally have The Undertaker versus Sting. It never happened in real life, but as it often does, it's going to happen on actually real wrestling. And it'll be our main event next week. Can't hardly wait for that. I want to thank everyone that tuned in. Our new follows tonight: Guacamole Anderson, Nicholas Infante, and the host from Wrestling Cup Classic, good buddies over there, and Zap on Twitch. And I am still just beside myself that Hood Slam is now in actually real wrestling. What does this mean? There are so many competitors. The Golden Gig Champion from Hood Slam, Chupacabra. You got Juice Lee. Just so many incredible talents. Don't know where it goes from here, but I can't hardly wait. Senator Phillips, thank you for hanging out as always. Always good to see you, and great seeing your edits come through all the time. You're a machine, my man. It's admirable. It inspires me, man, in a big way. This has been Actually Real Wrestling. I'm Jeff Sunday, at Jeff Sunday on Twitter, at Jeff Sunday GG on Instagram. We'll see you next week. Have a good one.